Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing Wild World! Bright nights are still going on, and I like that it is. I like this event. I kind of wish they would have kept it for the other games. At least I don't know if they did or not, actually. I should probably fire up New Leaf and see. I don't remember it being a part of New Leaf. I've probably been saying that, and it has been this whole time. Because I actually started playing New Leaf in the spring. And then I had a quite massive bout of depression the spring I had gotten it. Like the end of the spring, and I kind of stopped playing. And then just couldn't bring myself to go back because, well, all of my animals were gonna hate me. And hey, Money Rock! I don't have to cut it today. It's rather convenient. So yeah, I've not actually done a whole lot in New Leaf. I don't even know all of the events that can happen. So this one might actually happen there. I don't know. Which is why I've also kind of been tempted to go back to New Leaf. I just wish I could do a series on it as well. Because at this point, other than seasonal events, I think we've basically seen everything we can. I mean, there's probably something forgetting. I didn't stop in to see Barbara yesterday. Whoops. I knew I was forgetting something yesterday. Hopefully she's not still sick because of me. She is home. This is our first trip. It has to be. Whew. It's not easy being so pretty, darling. It's hard work. At my happiest when I can relax in the comfort of my own home. Darling. So what do you want to bug me about this time? I'm bored. Thank you, S-Star, from the bottom of my heart. If you hadn't come to my rescue, I'd still be shaking, coughing, and dizzy. But I'm not, so I guess I should give you something to thank you, darling. Maybe you'd like my diner table. Or dinner table. Diner tile? Diner tile. Yeah, I read table first. I am bad at reading. I just get reading really fast, and then I mess everything up. Well, we might as well say hi to Mo, I guess. See what he has to say. Hey, Mo. Hey, Steven, what do you think of my house? Getting that pathetically dim glow took a lot of work, Meon. Aw, it's not that bad, Mo. I mean, it's kind of like everyone else, but... Ooh, snowball. Where is our other snowball, I wonder? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Well, let's at least get this one moved somewhere. So it's out of the way. Weed. I mean, we still have a bit of our daily routine to do. Like, find the fossil and stuff like that. But we can easily do that while, like, building the snowman. Alright. That's out of the way. Because this one doesn't have a whole lot of room to move, so I want to get it moved over there as soon as I can, and I don't want an accident to happen. So... And you know what kind of accident I mean. Bigger snowball on a tiny body. As much as that was hilarious, it, you know... It was something we probably should have tried to avoid. Now I'm gonna make this one into the body instead of the head. Whoa, that was close. Let's see here. Well, I don't really have to care about the size of this one, so let's see here. I need to make sure this doesn't get too big, but this is the body. It's gotta get as big as I want it to get, which is as big as possible. Must be big. Must be Big the cat. I know weed. I know I'm kind of a weird person with that, but I actually don't mind Big the cat. I quite like him, actually. He's just so derpy and happy. And honestly, with other Sonic characters, Shadow, they need more derpy, happy characters instead of just more edgy ones. Because they have all the edge they ever need covered with Shadow. They don't ever need any more. I've probably just made a few people in the Sonic fandom very angry if they ever see that. And this is probably too big. Yep. I think. I didn't know it was gonna be you. I think this is one that's actually still a good result. Could be wrong, though. Who's up here? It's Pierce. They're only gonna talk about their home, unless they are home. I can't do that. It's probably about the, equivalent of him singing. But it's gorgeous. I hope that, Static? Let's vote Dora. Now we need, where... We have Static. Where is he living? He or she? I actually don't know which that is. Okay, it's somewhere down on this side. Right there. Okay. I think that's where Patty used to live. Well, we might as well head down and say hi. Think this is the house? Yep. Static's house. I have no idea who this is. Oh. Yo. I think it's the first time we've talked, right? I'm Static. I like to walk around. Hey, you and I should have a competition someday. Surfing KK. Fair enough. He has quite the interesting house. And definitely some interesting gyroids. Can I... Thank you. What does this one even do? Oh, that one like does little clicks. Okay. Those are some weird gyroids, and he's like the first villager we've gotten that has gyroids in his house. So that's pretty cool. Now we need to see about finding that fossil. And seeing Nook and the Able Sisters, but fossil should take top priority. Because, well, if we can find the fossil before going to Nook's, then we can, if it's one we already have, we can just sell it right away, instead of waiting to go back. And here it is. I feel bad letting Angus's flowers die, but... It was Angus. Little sad he moved out, though, because now we don't exactly have a town villain. But we have Big Top now. So... Unless we have someone else be the town villain, but no one else is quite jerkish enough, unless maybe Static is. Because I honestly don't know if Static is or not. Might do a little more fishing today before going off to Nook's. Peking Man, we already have that. Yeah. Boo. It's the curse of Angus. I'm a little bummed that it wasn't Angus to move out first, then Patty. Because if that was the case, it would have made so much more sense, given Patty clearly liked beef. Like, eating beef. So... she was kind of a cannibal. I'm actually drinking myself something a little different today. Should note, it's literally apple cider tea. Because why not, I guess. Yeah, that description is pretty good for my tea. Sweet and mild. It's like sweet to the taste and then has like a really mild aftertaste. Which is kind of just weird. I have the feeling it might actually taste better after it gets cold. Or maybe if I add like a little sugar to it. I'm not usually one to add sugar to drinks, but... yeah, we might as well do a little bit of fishing. I was just kind of thinking there if we should or not. I don't know how many river fish there are we need to catch for this time of year. We have 2 purple flowers. Cool. I hadn't noticed. Well, let's see what this fish is. It's a black bass. It couldn't be more bass. Well, it could be, it just chooses not to be. I'm gonna aim for big ocean fish and really small ocean fish. Speaking of big ocean fish. Just need it to... there we go. And sea bass. I don't really know even what to talk about while fishing. I suppose one thing I can kind of talk about is, and it kind of plays into something I want to do at some point. I've actually been back kind of messing around with StarCraft 64, which in my opinion is still like the best rendition of an RTS on a console. Like, the controls work. They're definitely not like competitive level. You'd never be able to compete with these controls. But I need to be quiet here. Yep, never mind. The fish went back out the other side. Darn it. Fish. But they are, like, still really good controls. And there's actually things in StarCraft 64 that would actually improve the PC version if it had them. Like, I'm gonna need to... there we go. Like, when you build your workers, they'll automatically go to the minerals or gas instead of having to manually tell them. Which I know isn't the biggest deal, but it is still an improvement over the base PC game. Plus being able to control 18 units instead of 12. But that, I think, mostly just came about from the lack of being able to micromanage things. So. Bitterling. We already have one of those. Okay, we can catch 2 more fish. And also, activating abilities isn't exactly the best in 64, but generally, you'll know where your units are you want to activate the abilities on, like stim packing Marines or something. So, it's not going to be that difficult, comparatively. Whoops. Especially where you can do 18 of them at a time instead of 12 at a time. As much as I know on the PC, you'd just be running 1 through 5 as Marines and just tap through, hitting stim pack. But still. Yeah, I kind of want to play through the original StarCraft on the channel at some point. I might do it as a stream on Twitch and then just post it to the channel. I don't really know. I'm gonna do something with it. I didn't expect that to go down right away. Because I actually ended up purchasing a while back StarCraft Remastered. I actually had that pre-ordered. Because, well, the original StarCraft basically is my childhood. I can remember spending quite a few days with that being the only game that me and my older brothers could actually play and not have a fight break out. That was mostly because the one that would always start the fights would generally always win because we were dumb and used horrible strategies. Generally, everyone turtled, and it just whoever turtled the best won, basically. And the Protoss are best at turtling. My older brother, who would start the fights the most, would always play Protoss. You can see where that goes. He'd rush for carriers. I would build up mass Goliaths. And one of my other brother would build up mass battlecruisers. And we'd like never use any of the smaller units. Which I know to anyone who's never played StarCraft, that might sound like, well, yeah, it's an army-based strategy game thing. That's what you do, isn't it? No, you should really be building every unit that fits what you're trying to do. Let's just sell back the mess, and we don't really need it. I don't really want the diner tile. Like, basically what I meant by that is, like, say for the Protoss, carriers are, like, the last thing they'll want to be building. They're just the worst value unit. They're still decent, but only if your opponent lets you get them. The Protoss want to focus more on their infantry and ground units. The Terrans, or humans, yeah, I'm not gonna bother looking at the furniture he has. I don't really have room for any new furniture yet. But the Terrans or humans should be focused on their mechs with brief air support in the way of Wraith and basically just cloaked harassment. And the Zerg really need to just focus on, once again, their ground units with splicing in a few Guardians and stuff like that as the game goes on. And Sable still has no backstory. I'm just talking a lot about StarCraft here. Jeez. I can guarantee that is not the series I am planning on starting soon. Mostly because the series I'm starting soon is on the DS. I think I've already said that, though. I just need to do a little more testing with it to see how I want to go about doing it. But once I've done that, which means I need to actually be awake at night to record, because you might think, hey, I can record anytime, because that's generally how I do Animal Crossing. Not really. The only way I can really get away with this is because it's so short to do. Because, well, keeping this house quiet for multiple hours on end isn't really possible. But yeah, with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing Wild World. See you all then.